What's up, guys? White Knight 06 bringing you another deck profile. Today's deck profile is Burning Abyss. So this is my Burning Abyss deck, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So let's get started. So for the monsters, starting out with Blackluster Soldier. Blackluster Soldier, I've noticed in quite a few decks, is seeing some relevant plays. He was in my Shaddoll deck. He's also in my Burning Abyss deck. I mean, if you run Lights and Darks, you have to have Blackluster Soldier in here. The only two monsters, light monsters I run in the main deck is the Effect Veiler, but then you also have like Pleiades and stuff, Fortune Tune, and Dante's, like all up in here. So, Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning, an amazing card. Next we have Caius, the Shadow Monarch. I know a lot of people don't really like to play him, or maybe some people like to play more of him. I feel like if I have him, then it's awesome. But normally I don't need him to beat the opponent down. Because this is a very aggressive deck to use, and so Caius is just kind of one of those tech-ins that, you know, gets you out of a certain situation. So I have 3 Sir, Malebranche of the Burning Abyss, 1 Mathematician. I'll explain all of the Burning Abyss guys and what they do later. 1 Mathematician, just because I like to send Skarm and then search a tour guide. Plus I get a +1 draw off of him. I got 3 Graf, 3 tour guide because that really just makes the deck good. If you didn't have 3 tour guide in this deck, then this deck wouldn't really be that good. Without the tour guides. So we have 3 Skarm, one of my favorites actually, of the 3 Burning Abyss monsters. I'm running 2 Crane because it's an instant rank 3. It's almost as good as Tour Guide. Tour Guide, you get to get it from the deck, or Hander deck, my bad. Hander deck, and then Crane after you know, hit off, after you get out your rank 3, then you can next turn normal Crane get back whatever you had from the grave, and then rank up or go into your rank 3 play, detach your Burning Abyss guy, get their effects off. It's just really good, kind of like the opposite of Tour Guide. I run 2 Effect Veiler for light targets on Blackluster Soldier, and because Effect Veiler is always good every format. I mean, what's not good about negating your opponent's effects? I just really like Effect Veiler, one of my favorite cards in the game. For spells, so I run 19 monsters, pretty solid, I think. For spells, I run 10 of them. Allure of Darkness, just draw power. 2 rank up magic, Astral Force. I think that 2 is pretty solid. You don't need 3 because then it can get cloggy, and you don't want 1 because then you don't see enough. So 2 is pretty good. 3 Upstart Goblins. These are just kind of in here because I couldn't think of what else to put in here. So if you have suggestions for me, spell-wise, I want to keep it 19 and then 10 and then 11 traps. I want to keep the count of each type of card the same, but I couldn't figure out what other spells to throw in here, so I just threw in some Upstarts, and it also helps with the draw power. Foolish Burial, because then you can send anything to the grave and get its effect. 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. Oh, Foolish Burial also works really good with Crane. You send something to the grave, get its effect, go for Crane, then get its effect again. Just really good combo for you. 3 Mystical Space Typhoon, just in case, because you want your plays to go through and you don't want them to stop it with like a Fiendish Chain or something stupid like that. So I run the 3 Mystical Space Typhoon. I think a lot of people, especially like Vanity's Emptiness, a lot of people are running kind of heavy back row this format. I've seen a few decks, not really like 5 monsters and 20 back row, but the back row that they do run is very anti-meta-ish, even in meta decks. But yeah, so that rounds it out for the spells. There's just 10 of them. For the traps, I run 11. 1 Torrential Tribute, 3 Phoenix Wing Windblast. This card is amazing in this deck. Absolutely amazing. you need to run 3. If you're running Burning Abyss, you have to run 3 because A, it's a discard outlet for all of your Burning Abyss monsters. B, it completely shuts down your opponent's plays. Like right before I started recording this video, I was just going against Lightsworn, and they kept summoning Lumina, and then like I would Phoenix Wing Windblast, ditch Skarm, get Tour Guide, next turn, another one. It locked them down. They couldn't do anything. Really good field control. Another good one, almost as good as Wing Windblast, and better in some cases, is Karma Cut. This is really good if your opponent is using a lot of monsters from Grave and a lot of copies of that monster, because you can hit a problematic card that they keep reusing over and over again, such as like Deneb. If they have a Deneb in Grave, or an Altair in Grave, or anything in Grave, this is against Satellar Knights, by the way. They have anything in Grave that, you know, gets brought back by something, you can just Karma Cut and remove them all, and that's done. 3 breakthrough skill because you don't want your opponent to get their plays off, so you could run it at 2 and put something else in here, but I like it at 3. I was thinking about dropping like to 2 and then putting in a Fiendish Chain, just because maybe I want to. A lot of times I'll like special out Skarm and with Sir, and I just want to keep it on the field for my next play, where I have Graph in hand or something. This is very uncombo-y circumstances. Normally this doesn't happen, but if it does, it'd be nice to be able to say, hey, I want to keep him on the field, so I'm going to lock you down with Fiendish Chain. But I think 3 breakthrough skill is perfectly fine. And then 1 compulse because field control. If you saw my Shaddoll video, where I did a deck profile on Shaddolls, you know that I like to control the field. That's just how I play. I like to control the field. And then Solemn Warning, because Solemn Warning is still relevant, and it's still a very good card. For the extra deck, I run 1 Gaia Dragon the Thunder Charger, because you have multiple rank 5s in here, and to rank up after they're all done with their, after you use all of the material on them, which is going to be impressive if you actually get through. I can see getting through them all with Pleiades, but like Volcasaurus and Braum, that's pretty cool if they last that long to where you've used all of the stuff, all of the detachments and all the material, all of the material on them. So I run 1 Gaia Dragon, 2 Pleiades. I think 2 is awesome. I've gone into 2 in the same duel. Yeah, so 2 Pleiades, he's very self-explanatory. 1 Volcasaurus, 1 Vampire Braum. He is awesome because he's basically a monster reborn from your opponent's graveyard. If they have something that they keep using and abusing from their graveyard, then you can be like, okay, well, I'm going to take it out of your graveyard. Now it's mine. And then for the rank 3s, I run Acid Golem because 3000 beater is pretty awesome. And there's some changes that I might do to this, but good combo is to put him in, you know, use his 2 materials and then throw Downward Magician over him. Although I think it has to be no, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, anyway, so number 47, Nightmare Shark. He's basically Heartland Draco, just rank 3 version. Grenosaurus, the only reason I run him is for Volcasaurus. 2 Alucard because getting rid of your opponent's set cards is really good, and he goes into Braum. 1 Temtempo because if they shut me down with some kind of random card like Rivalry of the Warlords, like I was talking about in my good side deck cards against the meta. In that video I talked about Rivalry of the Warlords. You can still go into this and still do some damage, especially if they have some Xyz monsters. You can really take them out. I've always heard that Temtempo is called the Xyz killer because he can take out one of their attachments and then gain 500, which is awesome. The star of this deck is Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss. He's basically Card Trooper but better because he can just a continuous loop between him and Sir. It's just dumb. And then the last one is Fortune Tune. Some things that I would change in here. I'd probably take out the Fortune Tune, throw Downward Magician in here. I want to leave him in here just in case anything happens, some random thing happens, and I need him. But I would take him out. I might throw like Leviair in here. I actually don't have any of these Dantes in real life. I have most of the main deck, but the extra deck, I have most of it, but the Dantes are crazy, so I might drop it to 2 if I play this in real life. But on DevPro, definitely 3. I like the 3. I use it a lot. I've gone into 2 Dante turn 1 once, or I had the opportunity to. I didn't want to overextend, but I had the opportunity to go 2 Dante on turn 1 and just be awesome. But the side deck doesn't really matter. It's just stuff that I think is okay. Like these Majesty Fiends, I thought, hey, maybe that'd be awesome, you know, throw a Majesty Fiend in there. I'd probably drop it to 1. Chaos Sorcerer, I was going to, you know, try and do Chaos build of this, and like this is all outdated stuff. I just haven't changed anything in here, so that's probably gonna go. The second Mathematician would be nice. Flying C is good. 2 Max C just in case I go against a special summoning deck. DD Crow, because it's DD Crow. 2 Diffusion for Shaddolls. Malevolent Catastrophe for Satellar Knights, and Success Probability 0% for Shaddolls. So this has a pretty good mirror match, in my opinion. It's a pretty solid build. It's not the best build of Burning Abyss. It's pretty good, though. I would definitely like to hear some comments on how I can improve it, because I know it can be improved. I know it's not the best deck. But I'm interested in running this in real life, and I would definitely greatly appreciate it if somebody could comment down below and tell me what they would add, or what you would add, or what you would take out. Like, a lot of people are probably going to say that take the Caius out and take the BLS out because there's not enough lights, but I don't know. But yeah, so please leave your comments below. Let me know what I can do better in this deck, because I know it's not perfect. I know it's decent, but it's not the best build, so I would greatly appreciate that. Also, if you have not done this, subscribe to my channel. Still trying to get some more people in. Flock to me, people. I'm joking. But I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribed and like this video. Like I said, comment below. Tell me what I can do better in this deck, because I know it's not perfect. But yeah, so thank you for watching. This is White Knight 06, signing off.